And my job was to take the decrypts from the machines and take them to Hut 3, where the higher up and the big brains were. And this red hair would get all crinkled up, which I didn't like.
It was...
Oh, yes.
You couldn't say anything at all about that?
No, not even to my mother.
Really?
She probably wondered what I was up to.
Describe for me what this Colossus computer looked like to you.
Well, in your worst dreams, it was a big black bear that was coming for you like that. And it was about the same height as a bear would be on its hind feet.
But that's various. It was intimidating?
I was intimidated by it. I was afraid that I would do it wrong. What is that?
The work that you were doing in terms of the decrypts, at the time, were you aware of how important it was to the war effort?
I don't know. I really don't. That was my job, and I had to get there. And I was scared stiff of making a mistake. Oh, I really was. And particularly, how did I get to work with Alan when other girls, probably much more clever than I don't know how it happened, just one of those things. Perhaps they put all the names in a hat and mine came out.
I'm curious about Alan Turing in particular. Do you have memories of him, of talking to him? What was he like?
He was inclined to talk in bursts, I suppose, like you imagine that type of person would. But he had a lovely sense of humour, and we got along very well. He did have a girlfriend, Joan, who was not the same sort of person I was. She was quieter, perhaps, than I would be. And we thought that perhaps they would sort of get together. There wasn't as much as that going on as you'd think. Anyway, they did go away to holiday. I think they went to Wales. And we thought when they came back that she might have a ring on her finger. Well, really, I think we all went. But she had a sort of elongated box. And she told me, I remember Joan said, oh, that's what Alan gave me. And I said, what is it? Rather sharply, I think. And it was a pen and pencil set. So that was what she got. It was really sad about Alan, really. He was so nice and he was so misunderstood somehow, I feel. Except those of us who worked around him. You see, he would chain his coffee mug to the radiator, and everyone got the idea that was odd. Well, look at this table, and supposing you wanted to find a cup of coffee, you wouldn't have been able to find it, would you? And this is the way the table was with all these papers on. So Alan chained it to the radiator. But because he did that, everyone thought that he was bonkers or something. But he had a very good reason for it, didn't he?
What did you think of the portrayal of Alan Turing in the movie? The actor who played him, is that what he was like in your recollection?
I think, of course, in acting, you would overdo it. I think if they'd taken just the edges off, the part where they said, do this because that'll look like a man who's not quite with it, if they hadn't said that, I think he would have done quite well.